In today's world, dopamine has become one of the most misunderstood chemicals in the human brain. Often labeled as the pleasure molecule, dopamine is not inherently bad. In fact, it is essential for survival, driving motivation, reward, and learning. However, the modern environment, saturated with digital distractions, instant gratification, and overstimulation, has hijacked this delicate system. If left unchecked, dopamine imbalances can silently undermine mental health, productivity, and long-term happiness. The science of dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that signals anticipation and reward. When you eat a delicious meal, achieve a goal, or even scroll social media, dopamine is released. But contrary to popular belief, dopamine does not give you pleasure directly. It drives the desire to seek pleasure. In healthy amounts, this motivates you to pursue meaningful activities. But when dopamine spikes become too frequent or too intense, the brain's reward system adapts by reducing sensitivity. This process, known as downregulation, leaves you needing more stimulation to feel the same level of satisfaction. Over time, this creates a vicious cycle. What once felt rewarding, reading a book, having a conversation, exercising, can feel dull compared to high-intensity dopamine hits like endless scrolling, junk food, or binge-watching shows. The hidden dangers of modern dopamine. The 21st century is designed for dopamine overload. Social media platforms, for example, thrive on creating infinite loops of reward. Every notification, like, or comment acts as a micro-hit of dopamine. Video games, streaming services, and even fast food are engineered to maximize immediate gratification. The danger lies in the fact that the brain does not distinguish between natural rewards and artificial ones. A sugary snack or a viral video can light up the same reward pathways as genuine achievements, but without lasting fulfillment. Over time, this weakens willpower, reduces focus, and can even lead to symptoms resembling addiction. Researchers have linked dopamine dysregulation to rising levels of anxiety, depression, and attention disorders. When your brain is constantly flooded with easy rewards, it loses resilience to boredom, frustration, and long-term effort, the very qualities needed to succeed in meaningful pursuits. Signs. Dopamine is controlling. How can you tell if dopamine has begun to hijack your brain? Common warning signs include constant craving for stimulation, checking your phone every few minutes, difficulty focusing on tasks without distractions, loss of interest in simple, everyday pleasures, feeling restless or anxious when not entertained, needing more extreme activities to feel excitement. If these sound familiar, it may be time to reset your relationship with dopamine. One popular approach is the dopamine detox, where you intentionally step away from high-stimulation activities, such as social media, video games, and junk food, for a set period. The goal is not to eliminate dopamine, but to reset your brain's sensitivity to it. By embracing boredom and silence, you retrain your brain to find satisfaction in simpler, more meaningful activities. However, a detox is only the beginning. Long-term balance comes from building habits that naturally regulate dopamine. These include exercise. Physical activity provides steady, healthy dopamine release, improving mood and focus. Deep work. Engaging in challenging, focused tasks creates delayed but more fulfilling rewards. Mindfulness. Meditation reduces the brain's craving for constant stimulation. Healthy diet. Whole foods stabilize brain chemistry, while processed foods cause spikes and crashes. Sleep. Rest restores dopamine receptors and improves self-control. Pursuing meaning. Overstimulation. The ultimate way to protect your brain from dopamine overload is to shift focus from instant pleasure to lasting meaning. Fulfillment comes from pursuing goals that require effort, whether learning a skill, building relationships, or contributing to something larger than yourself. Unlike fleeting dopamine hits, these pursuits build resilience, self-worth, and long-term happiness. Dopamine is not the enemy. It is a powerful tool of motivation, but like any tool, it must be used wisely. In moderation, dopamine drives us toward growth and survival. In excess, it traps us in cycles of distraction and dissatisfaction. If you feel stuck in patterns of procrastination, distraction, or emptiness, it's not because you are weak. It's because your brain has been overstimulated in a world designed to exploit dopamine. The solution is not to eliminate pleasure, but to consciously choose where your dopamine comes from. By reclaiming control, you can restore balance, sharpen focus, and rediscover the joy of life's simple yet meaningful moments. Watch this before dopamine destroys your brain, and let it be a reminder. Pleasure is easy, but purpose is priceless.